No
We're
worries.
gonna wing it like we always do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Chat room, let us know when you can see and hear us.
Please. Hi,
Oh, there we
Max.
go. Yay, sweet. Okay.
Thank you for the notes, Max.
All right, there we go. So I will not touch anything.
No touchy, Tootsie.
No, I need to do it. That's the problem. Okay, so
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
what's
You
that?
can see
I
now.
need to do this. Discord.
Let's see what it looks like. Oh, there we go. Yay! All right. Cool.
I should not have had a half a beer before the show.
Why not? You need a full
Because
beer?
God no. I slightly sleepy.
Oh, that wasn't even a stout. That was like a.
I know it was a pumpkin ale.
That was like the Budweiser level of beers. Come on.
God no. You take that back.
I meant alcohol wise, not taste wise. Good lord.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said to me?
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'll put this in the chat room. I'll show you what I've got.
Okay.
How,
Mute you.
how
I should
does
take you
this
off.
function? Camera.
Where did that? Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
wait, no. Bad. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Just put it in the host channel.
Oh, host channel. Host channel. Host channel.
Yay!
Host channel.
Cool. Max can see and hear
anything
us.
yet. Don't see anything in the host channel yet. I just see.
Oh, did it
last
not
thing I
actually
see is
post
from-
it? Hang on.
I see something from November 17th.
Oh, I actually have to hit post.
Oh,
Darling.
funny how that
Herpa
works.
derpa 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 derp. Hey, Marcus can see and hear us.
Yay!
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Show notes. Which screen? Yeah, I'd need another computer just to handle chat rooms over here.
Right.
Oh, although if I open Twitch, no, if I
I'm
open
also broadcasting if it's too much.
Discord, oh no. I could do Discord. No. Yes. No. AIE-guild.info/Discord. I'm willing to bet. Continue to Discord.
Oh, yeah. Let's see
There
if
we
it
go.
works.
Yeah, I'll just pop that open.
Yeah, I have Discord on a tab. That way I can still chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Discord. Derp. Hopefully this shouldn't, logging in a tab shouldn't screw up the recording, right?
Nope. Nope,
Okay.
that's what I've done in the past. It works fine.
Okay. Google Authenticator, maybe?
Maybe.
Discord. There's a number. Let's just start entering numbers and see what happens. That's how things work around here. Yay! All right, that actually worked. Do this, and screw you. All right. Huh. Why? That's weird. I can only see certain channels. I can see all the officer channels. Oh, there we go. They just didn't load in. Okay. 6 o'clock. All right. I don't have to use the computer. Well. All right. Scroll to the top. Oh, bumpers. Bumpers are very important. Okay. I have bumpers.
Mhm.
All right. Whenever you are ready. You're good, McCullough?
Yep.
Where is it? On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
We have our 2019 AIE Year in Review.
Lots of news as submitted by our game directors.
it was a summer of love and a year of fun.
And of course, a reemergence of a classic.
And we are, of course, our own guest.
All that and more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 334 of the podcast celebrating you, the AIE Gaming Die Has Been podcast. This is Mewcow. And to my left, or virtual left, is Mikala.
Hey guys, there are chai snickerdoodles in the guild kitchen. Also, Tet, you're gonna have to clean up me making 6 dozen chai snickerdoodles tomorrow.
Right into my belly.
All right.
And of course, to her physical writing down is Tetsu.
Spreadsheet free this week.
No, it's the holiday season, honey. They're spreadsheets. They're fine.
Not yet.
Well, let's start with seeing what we've been up to in the last couple weeks, or for me, the last 4 weeks, as
Yeah.
I was on assignment.
Yes.
We'll go in order of Mikala. What have you been up to?
Well, it was Thanksgiving. We actually do Friendsgiving the Sunday before, so we're a week past our actual big day. And we had the pleasure of having OMF and OLF, also Old Man Franks and Old Lady Franks, in town for the week.
I saw. I was quite jealous.
We had a absolute blast. OLF and I went hiking almost every morning. We had fun with the family, lots of events. And the great thing about having friends in town after you have a Thanksgiving dinner is they help you with the leftovers.
Yes.
It's true.
Although
I
the
did-
lack of ham is disturbing.
Oh, those kids loved ham. It's okay.
I know.
But because of that, I haven't gamed much in the last few weeks. Pretty much every game's on hiatus right now, but that's okay. That's somehow how life happens. It looks like our Thursday game is getting ready to. We do have a session this upcoming week, and then my weekend game has a session next week. We're not able to play today, and my week itself ends in me going to San Francisco to see Hamilton. So I'm pretty hyped. Other than
Big.
that, and then yesterday evening we got a text from the Jordans saying, we're going to be in Chandler somewhere between 5:30 and 7:30. Do you want to do something? Which is where we already had dinner plans with family, which is where Tet and I split off and we did different stuff.
Yep.
So that was absolutely delightful. Other than that, digging on The Mandalorian, trying to get my Christmas lists started and doing a lot of shopping for stuff that needs to go out of state.
And Small Business Saturday.
Small business, yeah. So Vicella, from who is a member of AIE, aka Vicky, aka Kiki, and I have a small business, as you guys know, Cat's Eye Curiosities, and we had a small business Saturday promotion, which was kind of funny because I told people don't go to the Etsy shop, just do it directly through me, and some people still went to the Etsy shop. But anyway, so we were doing $1 off 10 items that are $10 and less, or $20 and less, $2 off the bigger priced items, free shipping if you spend more than $20. So we actually ended up doing about 120 in sales. So that was exciting because
Wow.
I'm a small business. Everything just keeps the business going for another week.
Exactly.
For another week, for another year. So did that, and then also took advantage of Small Business Saturday and went to my favorite indie bookstore and did some local eating and all of that. So that's about it on my end. Oh, and work is rough, but I'll get back to that tomorrow.
Yeah.
If anyone hears screaming from North Scottsdale, it's just me wondering what fresh hell is this.
Just deliver coffee before noon and
Before
wine
noon.
after.
And chocolate.
Yeah.
Hopefully our cafeteria will be open tomorrow so I can,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're in a new building or something along those lines.
We are in a brand new building. It's gorgeous. When I took the week off, our cafeteria was not installed yet. It was just it was almost there. So
Very cool. Well, let's see what's going on the other side of that equation. Tetsemi.
I also took the week off, and all right, what did I do? So finished up basically everything WoW 8.2, 8.3, 8.25. No, 8.3 is not out yet. I'm trying.
Thought you wanted to skip that.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to. But I finally got my Hydraxian Warlord reputation, because once you get to Revered, the only reputation gains you get is by killing the bosses. The trash doesn't count. So I've just been taking advantage of the updated rep bonus with the 15-year anniversary to finish that off. Got the last piece of the armor set that drops in there yesterday, which is good. So I'm done with Molten Core and now have to move on to Blackwing Descent.
What is that? Only 15 years?
Yeah, I know.
Late on that one, or
Well, I've got 98 out of 100 exalted reps. The only two I don't have are the two PvP ones. And
you even have the insane stuff too?
No, because those you only have to get to Revered, not Exalted. So, yeah. So, sitting on that, I got all 8 classes in SOTOR through the most current content story and up to 75. So now I'm just working on their crafting, gathering, mission skills, and starting to do the gear grind, because that's the big part of this expansion is running flashpoints, doing the daily missions, doing operations to level up your gear. The level from 70 to 75 took about as long as going from like 115 to maybe 117 in WoW. It's fast because they want to get you to end game and get you on the gear grind. So, and then dip my toe back in Final Fantasy 14 and found myself in the equivalent of Nashatar. So a lot of underwater stuff. It's not bad. It's just getting used to where everything is and, all that. So,
But we don't have fun at it. That can be.
yeah.
Well, at the very least, you don't have to worry about combat underwater typically.
No, exactly. That's the nice thing. It's like go from land into the water, move over here, go back on land. Okay, now fight the things, then go back. So they need
Here's your
more.
little bubble, go fight things in there.
Yeah,
Right.
they need more Ethernet portals around to be blood easier. So,
Yeah.
but at least your mount speed's fairly quick under there. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to be equivalent to flying.
it is, and you move fine. It's just, I mount up on the coral and just start swimming through, and everything goes. So it's all good. So mainly those 3 games. We picked up Diablo 3 on the Switch. So my daughter and I have been playing co-op on the couch on that. And that's a lot of fun. We just got through Act 1, and we're working on Act 2 now for that. And then I've been watching her play a lot of Sword and Shield. She's going through that and getting all the Pokemon she wants to get.
And oohing and awing over them.
Yes. Yeah, it is her favorite of all the Nintendo Pokemon games on the console so far. So, yep. So, what have you been up to, Mew?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned Diablo 3 because I got sucked back into that as well. The new season started like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, yep.
Season 19, and I hadn't touched Diablo since season 6.
Oh, wow.
So it was very dusty. But
so
but
you
yeah,
got to
I
see
just,
all the new areas and all that they added.
Well, the only thing that I missed out on was Necromancer,
right.
and I think that's about it. And then whatever minor stuff they did in the seasons, because every season they add a little tiny something. So I missed it on that. But yeah, I had already gone through all the main story.
Right, but they added additional like areas and stuff when the Necromancer came in.
Oh, then it could be that I haven't seen those yet because I've been doing the seasonal stuff, and then back then I didn't really do the adventure mode. I think they call it.
Yeah,
where you're just doing
bounties.
It's still in the old acts, but like the cities are kind of they're the same city, but like a little bit more optimized.
Right. Yep.
So like where New Tristram was, where everything was all way spread out, they brought it all back in, so you don't have to run that far around to get.
Yeah.
But I had been basically just doing a lot of that, and I just of last night I finished the seasonal story.
Oh,
whatever
nice.
they call it. You go through 4 chapters.
Yeah.
Where you have to do certain little tasks. So yeah, I've just been enjoying that. Mostly because I just haven't touched Diablo in so long.
Right.
That it's all kind of fresh and new.
Yeah. What are you playing?
but,
Necromancer?
I actually started, and my highest is a Crusader, but I did start the Necromancer for the first time and was amazed at just how powerful that thing felt.
Oh yeah. No, I'm running around with the skeleton build and the bone spikes that come out, and then the ability to throw the bone spear and the curses on the area, and they just clean house. And the corpse explosions, because that leads to the chain, which gets you the bonus for the season, and it just, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about the Necromancer is that you just basically just corpse explosion, and if it's moving, stun it with the bone spikes, and then corpse explode it when it dies, and everything's dead.
Yeah,
but the Crusader was just seemed a little bit more powerful in the end game. But I'll have to finish the Necromancer once I'm now that I'm caught up. But there's some crazy requirements if you want to get fully unlocked. It's not even a part of the story. You have to or whatever they call the little checklist. You have to do a greater lift solo at level 70.
Right.
That's not your character level. That's your rift level.
Yeah.
Right.
It's something like Torment 6 or something like that.
Yeah,
but you have
it's
to do it
crazy.
and survive and do it fast enough. So that's what I have to work up to next. But yeah, that's a lot of the time. And then, of course, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but the Ishgard restoration has definitely revamped a good portion of crafting in Final Fantasy XIV.
Thank goodness.
So I've been alt hopping like crazy. And it's surprising, but each one, it's so easy and satisfying now to level crafting and gathering.
That's good. Because it was a pain. It wasn't.
It was still better than WoW.
Wasn't interesting.
Yeah. it's it still has a really good story for all the crafters and gathering quests, which is nice. It has its own gear situation, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they finally made it to where it's just leveling is no longer a chore, so it's satisfying to just burn through it, and you're getting to see all of the content that has been there all this time, but it's been painful to do.
Yep.
So I honestly, I know she's way too busy, but I kind of want to recruit Nevermore so we can have a craft fair in Final Fantasy 14 because I think we need it.
She's a little busy with her new job, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she did, but obviously, the craft fair and classic went off very well.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Yep.
It was one of the people to talk to about that.
Yep. So I think we need to do that in Final Fantasy 14 soon. So.
Yep.
But that's enough about me. And let us move on to okay. Yeah. Let's go on to AIE.
End the year in review.
AIE News.
Oh, did we lose everyone?
No, I heard the very beginning of that sound clip and then nothing.
And then just
out. Well, let me try it again.
AIE News.
Cut out again.
add it in post.
Yeah, I'll add it in post. Not a big deal.
All right, it is time for the AIE News 2019 year in review.
Woohoo!
We start with the new AIE officers because we do like to replenish the ranks. We would like to welcome new officers Huck, who joined us in February, Mei Lung, who joined us in June, and Gajora, who joined us in August. So we just wanted to remind everyone that that's been happening. We kind of mentioned them in passing in previous ones, but we wanted to review the whole.
Awesome.
Excellent.
And in community, we still are going strong with mandatory funds, whereas they say the fund is mandatory, but attendance is not. The current standings is that STO starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. Then we go into Monday, where Guild Wars 2 starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Then on Tuesday, we have SWTOR that starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. X. And then we have Wednesday, the first of the Final Fantasy 14 Fun Nights is at 10 p.m. Eastern. Friday, we have the dueling ones of ESO at 9 p.m. Eastern, followed by the late night Final Fantasy 14 one at 11 p.m. Eastern. And then to finish it out, we have Saturdays with Lord of the Rings Online at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by New Braid and WoW at 11 p.m. Eastern.
All right. And on our Guild podcast news, the last few weeks in SWTOR, the Escape Podcast 317, giving Meridian some latitude. Keith checks in with a producer letter. PvP Season 12 starts on accident. The Mandalorian drops, as we well know, and we dive into the Carillion Flashpoint. And in SWTOR Escape Podcast 318, okay, dude, I need some pronunciation.
Tres Cientos Seis Club 306.
Thank you.
Yep.
Crafting updates, bug fixes in progress, and Mexra Heroics and Oneron dailies. And in working class news, episode 58, Slayer has spoken. Nick and Marcus are joined by Slayer this week. Nick talks about his experiences playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and the group breaks down the first episodes of The Mandalorian. And we have from Marcus some highlights from working class news in this year, which has been a great year for the podcast. They had an AIE show discussing all the games that AIE plays. They had the BioWare team on 2 times with Misko and Pusevich on. They broke the news of the first boss and the new operation. And they also had Holly Fields on the show, who was Nadia in game. It was so amazing to hear about voice acting. And of course, we also topped it off by telling her telling us, "Shut up, Max."
Just awesome.
I know.
And
Max is like ringtone on someone's phone.
Exactly, yeah. And in Guild highlight news, Summer of Love 2019. In WoW, we had a World Quest Party. Kieran Tor Tavern Crawl held our annual Remembrance Day at the Shrine of the Fallen Hero, cooped the Alliance, and had a lot of fun at the Dark Moon Fair. In SOTOR, they held a mega event, a mandatory fun night event, and held the Remembrance Day in Juron Mountains on Alderaan. In Final Fantasy XIV, they had a special MFN and met at the Free Company House for the Remembrance Day. In STO, they held an event on Risa, not Rishi, and met at the memorial at Wharf 359 for Remembrance Day. In EVE, they got together in Discord and joined in. In Guild Wars 2, they had a special MFN, ran dungeons with Mei Long, met at Lion's Arch on the Field of the Fallen for Remembrance Day. And in Lord of the Rings Online, they met on the hill behind the Prancing Pony in Bree for Remembrance Day and held a special MFN edition. And in Nomads news, last month they did the old style Nomads raid in Lord of the Rings Online, and next month will be Guild Wars 2, which is technically this month.
Now this month, yes.
Yep.
Take a big drink of water, dude.
Buckle in.
Because in WoW news, and specifically WoW Classic news, Nevermore has given us one heck. Can we say heck? Is heck
Yes.
too
We
much?
can say no, we can frack and say
WoW,
heck.
yeah, I know. But she gave us one big update for WoW Classic. So to remind everyone that WoW Classic launched just a few months ago on August 26th. The Horde AIE guild on the Pagel server has been thriving. We are constantly hovering close to the max guild limit of 1,000 members, which is pretty incredible.
It is.
So occasionally they do have to do the purges like we do in WoW normal. And basically they go by who's been offline the longest. If it does happen to you, just jump back into the AIE LFO channel, the old style, and request an invite again. And you can also, of course, go to Discord and ask there. They got the guild set up as soon as the server issues allowed, because that was its own boss.
That was fun, yeah.
Yeah. And we were able to nickel and dime or copper and silver our way up to, oh yeah, they do mean silver and copper our way up to 10G, like mines, I suppose. They were able to purchase not only the guild stuff, but the guild tabard within, so it was pretty epic. We waited a few weeks for guildies to have time to log in and create their characters, and then we all gathered together for a huge AIE group photo to show everyone there. Yes, big hearts.
Yep.
And she wanted to give a special shout out to the AIE greeters in WoW Classic that include Eagle, Kazric, and Adonde. Thank you for helping with the invites when an officer isn't available. We appreciate you greatly.
Yep.
A main goal in WoW Classic was to bring back one of the guild's cherished traditions, the aforementioned AIE Guild Craft Fair, which was held in Undercity, because, you know, we can in Classic, on November 17th of this year. It wasn't easy, but they did it. Storage was, of course, huge because there are no guild banks yet, and everyone has very limited bag space. I mean, it's tight. Artisan level mats were extremely limited, mostly because our max level guildies need them, and a lot of the members aren't able to help gather them yet. But overall, the majority of the mats were gathered by a bunch of the guildies, and they made progress with their professions. Thank you to everyone who donated gold and mats, especially when we only had about a month of prep time before the event, which you would think would be enough, but it's not. Not in Classic. No. Huge thank you to the volunteers on the AIE Guild Craft Fair Professions team. This event would never have been able to happen again without all of the crazy, dedicated, and wonderful guildies. The amount of time and effort you put into planning and organizing behind the scenes is greatly appreciated, and it means a lot that you offered to help out. We have the aforementioned heart again. Since this was technically a test and it was very successful, We are already planning to host another one sometime in the spring of 2020. We could always use more volunteers. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Raid planning is happening, and we are coordinating with the United Orgrimmar and other guilds, known as the United Federation of Guilds. So keep an eye on WoW Classic Discord channel for more info. And if you find out, to find out more about the fun unannounced event happening sometime in December.
Yep.
Ooh.
Mysterious events. There's a lot going on. So if you're interested in playing with us, just log into WoW Classic, create a Horde character on the Pagel realm. To request an invite in the game, you can /join AIE LFO, or of course ask in Discord LFO channel, because Alea Yacta Est would love to have you in this with WoW Classic.
Yay!
Especially if you've ever wanted to have the original guild tag on your name, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
We hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and look to all of your adventures in 2020 for the Horde. Love from Nevermore.
Yep.
Yay! Yeah, I have a feeling that Never, she kind of knocked it out of the park just with all the great information she gave. And she really is doing it. Everyone involved in WoW Classic is doing an amazing job. It's been a great extension of the original.
It's like a time travel, but in the future. It's kind of weird.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love. I think it was JoJo that said it. It's neat because we have a guild in WoW Classic. She's now been in WoW in every version of, or AIE in every version of WoW.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because I wasn't even in AA way back then. I didn't until Cataclysm, I think.
Yeah.
Right. I know
Yeah.
Ted's a late Cata baby, early.
No, Burning Crusade is when I joined
Oh
AIE.
yeah. Sorry, yeah. It was the very end of it was the very end of BC, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Right
Yep.
before Wrath
And I'm
launched,
Wrath.
about a month.
And I'm mid Wrath.
Yep.
All right, so we have our AIE WoW 2019 year-end review. The biggest news is we started out an alliance branch of AIE in Earthen Ring, and we are gathering folks to raid one night a week. If you're interested, make sure you message Sai in game or in Discord. We had an influx of new and returning guildies to retail WoW since BlizzCon, and a big welcome to them. Gusty Tail also really enjoyed did the search for the Una Pet event and intends to do more of these. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We'll be seeing more of Una in Shadowlands, which makes sense since she's a ghost. Guild events are a lot of fun, and we are looking forward to having more people take part of them in 2020. And of course, as always, if you have an idea for a guild event, do it.
Yep.
We really encourage members. An officer does not have to be the one that is making the content. If you want to do something, it's always a great idea to take the reins and just go for it. The only thing we always ask, as long as you're not taking gold for it.
Yep.
That's kind of where you want to look at. All right, you'll need to get an officer approving that, but just go for it. And of course, we had a really great time remembering Ralph in Ralph's Amazing Race in February. It's an annual event, so there'll be more information in January 2020. Look for it on the Guild blog. There's also a wrap up on the Guild blog. Go search for Ralph's Amazing Race. And just a note from Kinney, New Braid will be on holiday break for December 21st, 28th, and January 4th. Our adventures will resume on January 11th, where the bosses will die, loop will drop, and Kitty will demonstrate amazingly how well she floor tanks.
Yep. Because it's a lot easier to manage the raid from the floor.
When you're dead.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And in SOTOR news from Max, we have all the SOTOR news that's fit to print podcast. We've hosted a bunch of nice events this year with Mega hitting its 1 year mark in July. The best part is it still happens every month. December 10th will be a special holiday of Mega MFN, 9 p.m. for some fun, and even a pod race around the fleet. And I think they're going to do that on the logs, which is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I know. All right. So far, and of course it's Max, so there's numbers. We have to read numbers.
Right.
So far in 2019, The SOTOR division has had 300 command ranks achieved by countless characters in our guild's Summer of 300. 253 characters at the new expansion level, a cap of 75. 90 guild conquest weekly objectives completed. 47 mandatory fun nights. 47 SOTOR Escape podcast episodes.
Yeah.
26 working class nerd podcast episodes. 11 monthly epic guild activities, mega. 5 operation teams, including a new one added this fall. 4 guild ship rooms unlocked through the guild group efforts. Great job. 2 in real life meetups at Celebration in Chicago and the New York City Cantina. And 1 expansion with tons of guild events around 6.0 Onslaught. Welcome to all the new guild members, especially in the last month, and a huge thank you to the entire AIE SOTOR crew for continuing to come together to keep the fun going in 2019 into 2020.
Thanks, guys.
And over in Final Fantasy XIV, from Duris and the Final Fantasy crew, we have we do have AIE Raiders, noobs on demand. They have been successful in the 24-man Copied Factory Alliance raid based on the Nier Automata theme. Most have gotten the special 2B glamour by now, even the guys, because the guys can wear it as well. The other big event going on is the Ishgard Restoration. It's live, and Phase 1 has been completed by our world server, which is Goblin. The next phase is beginning soon, and it's not Blizzard soon. It's Square Enix soon.
Real soon.
So it'll just suddenly appear. There has never been a better time to level your crafters than and firsthand. Yes, it's been amazing for not only crafters but for gatherers as well. They tweaked everything so that it's faster leveling. It's more satisfying. Crafting is a whole lot easier now. One of the big frustrations that people had for an otherwise, fun crafting system was losing mats because you'd fail. No longer, it's a lot harder to fail now. But honestly, I think we may need to look into doing a Final Fantasy XIV Guild Craft Fair, because we're at a point now where crafting is so easy just to run through and grab everything and to supply mats to do a ton of crafting, because the Ishgard event is great and you don't even have to do all of the stuff. It's when you're crafting for Ishgard, there's basically two items. There's a special Ishgard crafting material, and then whatever level appropriate crafting material. It's like 2 items, and you can craft things, and that's it. It's super easy. So our craft gatherers can have a much easier time of doing it. I might have to look into pushing that myself.
Right.
The letter for the producer, live 56, will be broadcast 15th at 8:30 p.m. There'll be a special patch preview of 5.2, and they're going to have the sound director Masayoshi Soken on there. He's done a lot of good work. Little side thing to mention there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have a 14-hour marathon that same day, prior to it, actually, to the live letter. So you'll probably have a lot of guildies watching and commenting and in Discord. So if you want to chat about the fun stuff coming up with your fellow guildies, that's the time to do it. Also, as a reminder, it's time to break out those holiday glamours. The start of what do they call it? It's the Starlight Festival, or is it Starlight Festival? Either it's their holiday season. Oh yeah, there it is right there.
Yep.
It should be starting any day now. So if you want to join us up, look us up in Discord and in game. And apparently they're planning a special holiday season event. There'll be more information soon.
Excellent. All right. And from Kenny, we have our ESO update and year in review. Dawn of the Dragon Guard event started on November 26th and runs until Monday, December 9th. There'll be a bonus reward received from dragon kills and defeating the final boss in the Wraithstone dungeon, Scale Break dungeon, and any boss in the Sunspire trial. Also, resource modes will drop double crafting mats. Crafting again. This event has allowed players to earn 2-ticket events daily and spend at the Impresario on in dark berries, outfit styles, and in dark feathers. While it hasn't been announced yet, there's usually a holiday event called New Life Festival in late December as well. MFN on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and will take part in activities related to the scheduled events, clearing zones, and enjoying the mandatory fun. Throughout 2019, we've had dragon hunting parties, help people obtain pets from public dungeons, done a tour of guild members' homes, and of course, since Kenny's involved, yeah, they fell off a few cliffs. Oh, I mean, jumped off.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's fell.
Yep.
It's Kenny.
And in STO news from Greebog, the fleet in STO has really done a lot in the past year. The fleet holdings have made some major progress over the year, unlocking some of the best in the game consoles for everyone. And the game added a lot of new content and more ways of making it even easier to come and play.
Indeed. Over in Eve, from Crazy Uncle Link. The folks in Eve spent the year planting their flag and then moving ad infinitum. But seriously, they moved at least 3 to 4 times, if not more, and are living up to the name Space Murderers.
They really are.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And in Guild Wars 2 news from Mailong, this year in Guild Wars, we got a new living world called the Iceberg Saga. And don't forget, MFN is still running on Monday nights. There are things in the planning stages, so please stay tuned. Obviously, keep an eye out in the Discord channels.
And in Lord of the Rings Online news from Mailong, Lord of the Rings Online received changes to the virtue system, as well as a new expansion pack, Minas Morgul. As a guild, we hosted AIE's normal Nomad raid, which we mentioned earlier. In the raid and in the weeks following, we walked guildmates through the starting area. We had our mandatory fun on Saturday nights with Saturday Night Lotro. We're currently looking forward to the Yuletide Festival from December 12th through January 7th, and we also look forward to many more fun Saturday nights with Saturday Night Lotro.
SNL.
Yep. All right. So I know with the show notes say we're at the close, but I just want to go around the podcast real quick and ask, what was your favorite AIE memory from 2019?
Who are we starting with, Tet?
I'm giving you a moment. I was watching the faces to see
I got
who.
mine.
All right, you go first then. Center square.
Okay. Well, obviously, it was the meetup around Phoenix Fan Fusion because Mew and Mrs. Mew were in town and Sebastian was in town. And we took over not only one restaurant, but 2 restaurants.
Yep.
Yes.
So that was an absolute blast. And you guys are all kind of crazy for coming to Phoenix in the hottest time of the year. But
Yep.
then again,
We'll learn eventually.
okay, well, it's also what our con is. So, like to me, like one of the coolest things about AIE is, of course, just the lifelong friendships you make. Like I said, we literally had family in town for Thanksgiving because it was, the Franks.
Yeah.
You guys came into town for cons. So, like, to me, that really was my absolute highlight. Any moment I actually get to be in real space with my guildmates, but that before and after Phoenix Fan Fusion to me was the highlight because just being with my people and taking over both Tuna Banditos and Mother Bunch was a blast.
Yep. And we also had Row as well this year.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of people came into town, but yeah, that was a blast. Being able to actually sit around a D&D table with Row and Ben and Never and John, and that was a hoot.
That was blast. Yep.
Yeah. What
about you, Mew?
I think probably the thing that also surprised me the most here was just the sudden popularity and excitement around WoW Classic.
Yeah.
It was fun to see the guild come together like that and just push through this thing that I mean, like I said, I was just not expecting it. It's old content technically.
Yeah.
But we all kind of got sucked into it. We all got excited, and it was just, you know, we got excited despite ourselves. And you know, it may have been, it's maybe a little quieter nowadays, but you know, there's still a lot of people. I mean, like they said, there's players in there, and they're having to make room for more that keep coming in. So that really has been the biggest event for me this year, is just to see, you know, the CA come together like that, and to kind of see almost a glimpse of old AIE in the future. It's like it's past future AIE.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Yeah, that's basically, yeah, I would say that's for me. How about you?
Yeah.
You think since I asked the question,
Right?
I'd have an
Right.
answer.
Oops.
No, just there was so much that went on, you know, that we covered on the podcast and in special events. But I think I'm going to tag on to yours, and that was just being able to host people here when they come in town, say hi and show them around Phoenix, and show them, you know, the restaurants and meet the people and the relatives. My parents
It
loved
was
talking
AIE
to
and
Karen
Meatspace.
and Brandon.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's nice
we had
to
the Chicago
translate the online to the real life and see that. But, the growth of Classic and how well Never has been keeping that, the activity going, keeping everyone, you know, in game, adding the greeters to help out when there aren't officers in there. Don't forget about the AIE mount program. If you're 40 or above, you can get a loan out from, I think it's Lars. We get info in the WoW Classic channel and Discord that can help you get your mount, because when you get your mount, you go faster, you complete quests faster, you get more guild money to pay back. So it's all good. But yeah.
Great terms too.
Yeah, exactly. No
So
interest.
you're saying that Lars is not a loan shark?
No, Lars
That's good.
is they went from Eve space trucking to the Mount Loan program in WoW Classic somehow. So
Well, that's, I think, what Eve's not heard a lot from Eve lately. 'Cause
No.
they're all busy playing Classic.
they are, yeah, a lot of them are. So it's been fun. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great question, Tets.
thank you. Yeah, it's been a busy year, and looking forward to
definitely.
2020 with the games that are supposed to be coming out, or the expansions. You know, WoW has 8.3. Final Fantasy has, what is it, 5.2?
I think so. 5.2, 5.3.
Yeah.
Their launches.
Yep.
We have the new the Fallout stuff that we should be getting next year.
Yep.
We're hoping this with the private servers and the Wastelanders updates and the actual, like, real life and, well, you know, real life, but NPCs, human NPCs and whatnot coming. That's going to bring a lot of people in there. Overwatch 2 is going to bring a lot of people into Overwatch. The people that liked the PvE aspect of that game and want to play with their friends in guild. That'll be something to look forward to.
And keep an eye on the Nomads channel, because, as we said, Marcus is kind of leading guild invasions into a lot of the other games. And a lot of the other games are free to play at low levels. Like WoW, you can play up to 20. STO is free. Lord of the Rings Online, I think, has a trial period. You know, just so keep an eye on the Nomads channel. That we're going to be busy.
Yeah, I mean, even the pay for ones have, like I said, the WoW has a certain level. Final Fantasy 14 you can do for free. I mean, even the pay for ones let you try it for free, and actually, like, it's an ongoing thing, not like just a stop now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
The first hit is free.
Exactly. I was gonna say, yeah.
Yep, definitely. And of course, the D&D groups have been popping all up in the AIE. I mean, it's amazing to watch.
I think
Two of
that's
the
what
groups
we
I'm
need to
in-
get for next year is we need like an AIE D&D update on the podcast so that we know who's playing what game in AIE and where they're at, what adventures they're on, just stuff like that'd be fun.
I'm more than happy to help with facilitating a looking for group for D&D.
Yeah.
I am happy to use my mad organizing skills to make sure people are playing.
Yep.
Yeah, and you were the one with the foresight to go straight into full on D&D early on. You saw this coming, so
right. But granted, it was back in 1987.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
but yeah, I can only see that getting more popular.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. It's the biggest it's actually ever been, which is interesting.
Yeah.
For a game that's almost as old as me.
Well, and just as a weird aside, so Mrs. has started, or not started, but has been playing her own version of D&D, but we've called it Damsels in Drama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Because it's Jane Austen style D&D.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that they're taking the genre into new interesting ways.
Yeah.
To where it's just for them it's just the social interactions, but then I hear there's noises that when they're done with this current game they're going to there's a magic expansion.
Oh,
so
cool.
you can add magic to the Jane Austen stuff. So that sounds exciting. It's so many different ways of playing that D&D style with every possible stuff. And
definitely.
it's going to be real big, especially with this Christmas. I think that they're capitalizing on it. You're seeing a lot of merchandise for it. It's gathering dice is no longer something you do in a quiet
in a
convention
basement.
corner.
Yeah.
In a basement, yeah.
And I just picked up the bounty hunter version of the Star Wars role-playing game. I want to say it's Rise of the Empire, but I don't think
either Rise of the Empire or Age of Rebellion, one of the two.
Yeah, I picked up the Rise of the Empire because that focused more on the bounty hunter, which would tie into the Mandalorian, versus the Rebel, which was more of the war. So I figured that'd be fun to look at and see if we like this system. So
it's I know we have the dice for it.
Yeah, well, and it also on the phone. They have the dice rolling app on it as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and that Mandalorian is real bad too because it's been making me want to go back to SWTOR and play my bounty hunter.
Right.
And then realize the mistake I've made with my bounty hunter doesn't have her helmet on.
Yeah.
Right?
No, mine no.
I'm
they should just disable a hide head slot on all the Mandalorian classes. But
well, I mean that's only if you're. But I guess technically are all the bounty hunters in SWTOR Mandalorians, or is that an option?
No, because you get with Shea Vizsla, who is the leader of the Mandalorian tribe. You're a bounty hunter, not a Mandalorian. So
okay. So
and I was reading something that they're basically theorizing that that's his particular tribe.
Yes,
has that rule.
Right?
Yeah. Not all Mandos, because we know in Rebels, Sabine and her folks were taking their helmets off like crazy.
Yeah, but what's interesting is Dave Filoni is in both Rebels and Mandalorian, so they may be. Yeah, it may be tribe specific for what they're doing. So
yeah.
Because I know that Boba Fett, I don't think we ever saw him without it, but we did see Jango Fett without it.
Right.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, he was without his helmet. Flying off.
I mean, and maybe in the more literal sense of it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been interesting.
And Max says Sabine takes her helmet off in Rebels, and that's canon. So, yeah. It's probably tribe specific, but it's an interesting, I don't want to say anachronism, but it's an interesting aspect of that tribe. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
But just a little diversion.
Yep, exactly.
I think that about wraps it up for us. So, we have any other little things we need to add to it? We done.
Nope.
Nope.
Just a reminder, this is the last show for the year. That's why we're doing the 29 wrap up. We'll be back either the first or second week in January, probably the second, just to give everything.
We'll warn you.
Yeah, we'll probably come back the 12th, I think.
We'll figure it out as we get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The three
But
of
we'll
us
give
will
a heads
discuss.
up. Just keep an eye on Discord and stuff like that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Max says you can do what you want with your helmet. I have spoken.
Well, this is the way.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
definitely the way. Definitely the way.
So
All right. Well, that sounds like then that is our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank AIE for a great year and the game directors for all of the great updates. So thank you for chiming in.
Thank you, guys. And of course, if you have questions or comments about the show, you can email us at the AIE podcast at AIE-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at The Mew Cow. I am at Cyberwaif. And Tet is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Max time. You can join the chat room and play along with us on the website, AIE-guild.org, and our Discord server, which is AIE-guild.info/Discord. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all of the great AI member segments we received this week, including, well, we don't have any probably due to the holiday weekend. However, we do want to give a big thank you to everyone that's contributed segments over the year and have given us their awesome voices to those segments.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Was this the year that Buxley came back?
Yes.
But this
Yeah.
year, yeah.
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 Yeah, I think Hunt's inspired Buxley to come back. Now we're working on Miss Mulgrew to see if she can come back. So
Oh, that would be lovely.
Nudge, nudge, nudge.
exactly.
Nudge.
Yep.
I mean, she is in the raid
Love
team,
you.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
come on, Miss Mulgrew.
And with 8.3, and especially with Shadowlands, Altitis should be making a comeback too, because they're finally
Ooh,
going to
yes.
let Alts play again.
Yes.
It seems like they kind of did away with them for a while, and there was just really nothing to report on. We should see some of that coming soon.
Yay.
Woohoo.
So everybody, we will see you in the new year. So until then, AE, Yukao,
This is Makala.
This is Tetsemi.
and this has been the AIE Podcast.
Yay.
Dun dun.
Because he had to
Max's-
have a number in it.
Of course.
We have 2019 reasons AIE was awesome this year.
All right. I mean, I'm good with that.
Anyone else? Come on, we can't let Max get the win. I mean,
Yeah.
also good.
All right. I think that looks like
Closing
that's
in
about
5,
it. So
4, 3, 2, 1, done.
Done. All right.
All right.
All right, 2019.
Yep. All right. Thank you, chat room. Great. We'll see you next year.
And we'll let you know when that will be exactly.
Exactly. All right. Bye-bye.